And we're back, all ready to go. Look at this. I've got loads of different enclosures all ready to go, depending on what happens, depending on what... obviously the Malaysian forest scorpion is actually in its tub. We've got a nice burrowing setup there. I've used this sort of setup for a few others, it works nicely. Got, well, just loads of setups really, all made up. I don't know how big these are all going to be, you see. Anyway, got this setup for the wide angle, is that the right word for it? We're in the rehousing tub. Got a few little man-made caves for the spiders to escape into. Let's dive in there with something risky. Is it risky or I don't know? Yeah, the Balfouri, that's an easy one. It says it's 2 to 3 centimetre. It says 23 actually, but it can't be 23 centimetres. I don't think they even get that big. So it's 2 to 3 centimetres, isn't it? Now, Balfouri's, in my experience, quite sort of jumpy. Jumpy, but not Chilobrachus fast. Let's put it that way. You know? So this is a drier mix in this one than the others. So I think they like it quite dry. So I haven't opened these. So as we go, if there's a disaster, anyone's dead, then you know about it as well as I do. I can't put my big filming light on tonight because it's just too hot. It's 800 watts. It absolutely burns. She burns. Right, so I want to actually angle it into that burrow. It'd be nice to get it to stand still and let me take a photo, but I don't know if that's going to happen. Okay, I've got another set of tweezers over here, small tweezers. Looking for A, signs of life, and B, here it is. Okay, it's in there. Oh, I saw a leg move. That's good. Signs of life. It's... yeah, I suppose you could argue that's 2 centimetres. There we are. Okay, that was good. So, let's run into the empty water bowl. I think I could get a close-up of this. There it is. I do need some light there. Okay. So there we are. Monocenthropus balfouri. Just missing one leg, I think. What I can see. Yeah. Assuming that's what it really is. But anyway, so that's that. Let's get a photo of it, and we're done. It would have been nice if it moved out its water bowl, but it might be a dribble of water in. My guess is it could be thirsty anyway. I've not filled it. It's not enough to even frighten it out of the water bowl. It must know it's sort of standing on water. This could have probably been alright in a smaller one of these as well, to be honest, but fine for now. Don't mind. Okay, so now I know that H. spinifer is the Asian forest scorpion. And they like it in tropical rainforest, really, so nice and humid in there. This is less scary than all the tarantulas, if I'm honest, scorpions, because they're, you know, but they like it really. If it's, well, it's a rainforest scorpion. I've already got 2, you see. Mine aren't the same. Mine are H. longimanus. So it's quite exciting to see another one. I've never even seen another scorpion up close. They're all like claws and tail and aggression, but they in actual fact they can't really do much to you, and it's all looks. Oh, there he is. So I'm guessing it's probably got one claw or some legs missing or something. See, nice. Look at this. This could be yours. Right. Doing this sensible way. I think it wants to be in there. My thumb quite close to it there. But let's just unravel it and get a photograph, really. Check it's alive as well. Oh, it's big. Yeah. Beast. It's all wrapped up in paper at the moment. Look at that. So it's missing one claw, is why it's a gimp. I think same as spiders, it will grow back. This probably means it's wild caught at this size, I would have thought. Well, it would be, wouldn't it? That's, to be honest, this is not something I would have ever bought. I don't like wild caught, to be honest. I'm against wild caught. Give me the tissue back. Yeah. It's impressive. Wow, it's impressive. Let's see if we can get a bit closer. Look at that. Quite calm for one of these as well, really. Well, compared to my other ones, which are slightly different species, but yeah. It's much bigger, more impressive. It's missing one claw. So I think that's probably like an adult, I think. Adult. Malaysian forest scorpion. I'm sure having one claw won't matter to it. So it wants to go in a much bigger place than this. In fact, the reason for ordering those enclosures was because the two scorpions I've got have been doing lots of burrowing and it's just not deep enough for them. I want to give them some way of burrowing. So if you don't want it and I keep him, then you'll be getting a nice big enclosure. Do some burrowing. But yeah. To find out if it's male or female. With it being captive bred, I've got to put it into a breeding program. That's the way I see it. You know, I can't be contributing to taking spiders out of the wild or scorpions out of the wild. So I'm going to have to try and breed this one. Anyway, there we go. That's a nice surprise. Just put it away, and then it occurred to me I need some photographs because I might not get to see much of it again for a while. And you know, I don't want to disturb it, do I? Back in again for a bit of a. Oh, look at that. That is just stunning. That is brilliant. It's a lot more impressive than my other scorpions. However, I think they will look a bit like this at some point. Mine are sort of sub-adults, I suppose you could say, or half-grown. I'm growing them up. I bought a male and female off Tim Baxter for my inbreeding project. So they're captive bred by Tim Baxter, which is the only way I would buy scorpions normally. Anyway, let's get a picture. Okay, so next up we have 1 centimetre Brachypelma hamori. So I've got one that's now, it's quite big actually, my one. Could be 6-7 centimetres, something like that, I don't know. Quite big. Well, it's not big really, but you know, compared to how I got it. It's nice and damp anyway, the cotton's damp, so that's a good. They've all been nice and damp actually. It's a good sign. If it was bone dry, then I'd be more worried about. Oh, it's tiny. It really is small. I'll show you down top. That could be anything at this size. Anyway, is it alive? That's the issue. They're this small. I don't have to really worry too much about using my hands other than them running off. Oh yeah, it's such a baby. Look at that. You can see it's obviously missing one leg. Tiny baby. There he is. He's moving around quite nicely. I mean, it doesn't need. It's just too big for it, really, isn't it? Okay, right. Changing my mind. Okay, so it was time for him to move up anyway. This is my Klugi. So he can come out of this. These are weird little sling boxes. Bought some tarantulas, these ones. See the size of him. He's much bigger. He's growing at a reasonable rate. I mean, he could probably go into the next size up after this as well, really. Great spider, this one is. So he's a bit like a LP, obviously, because of the name, but it's never been as jumpy as an LP, or my LP anyway. But great spider he is. So he's going to enjoy a new home. Suit him down to the ground. But he's big enough to not get through the holes in this lid. So I foolishly drilled this size holes in one of these lids, when really I should have drilled those size holes. So this lid is always hard to fit a spider because if they're big enough to not get through these holes, they're probably better off going into a different container. his legs down there. Okay, so that's him. Okay, and we're back. I've rehoused the Klugi, Malaysian Klugi, so that Brachypelmamare, there he is, can have this one. That's more appropriate size to him. I mean, he's still, if I'm honest, a little bit lost in this one, but I don't like those files for that long. Off the tissue, please, mate. So, Ileana, you could have this one if you wanted to. This would make these are obviously a Mexican red knee, traditional good beginner species. There he is. You can just about see the sort of little bits on his knees actually. Having a good look round. Need to get some water in there, don't I? They've been quite moist actually. I scared him off. They've all been nicely moist. You can just about see him. Okay. I'll see if I can just get a photo before he disappears from me. Okay, so now we're doing the Chilabrachus hunani, I'm calling it. This wasn't actually part of the gimp box. I bought this one for £3. It was like the cheapest thing they sell at the spider shop. £3, it's hard to turn down anyway, whatever it was. But I've had such a good experience with my Chilabrachus discolus, Vietnam blue, that it's made me very receptive to getting more Chilabrachus. So Huhani. Nice and moist again in here, it's a good sign. The last time I did a Chilabrachus, gave me the right run around. Oh, it's quite small in there. Okay, that's it's just that small. Should I? Yeah, I think change my mind. Go for a smaller setup. I think that's be sensible. It's just not big enough for that, is it? Okay, stop here. Okay, so I think this is a better size for him. They like it moist, I think. Discolus looks moist burrow. I mean, the Hunani, I've actually asked people about these because this is the only one I knew I was getting. And Shady tells me that hers doesn't burrow, doesn't web. Kyle, I think, says that his does web a lot. Who was it? Somebody else said that theirs burrows a lot. I've been, collating, and everyone seems different. Everyone's got different opinions of it. Anyway, but let's go on a general Chilabrachus type setup, which is relatively moist. It's not big enough for a decent setup. I've got smaller ones than this really, but I thought they grow quite fast. Going on my other one, I don't think it'll be all that long in here. As I said, the last Chilabrachus I did, I wouldn't have been doing this because it was like lightning. That was 2 to 3 centimetres to start with. You must look at these so closely to see that they're gimps. So there it is. Oh no, this isn't a gimp, is it? That's why. What am I doing? Thinking everything's a gimp these days. Right, come on. Let's just see if it's gonna. Oh, whoa! Told you. Like grease lightning these are. So anyway, that's that. Doing temporary labels for these at the moment. That's it. He's in. That's cool. Okay, so before I do the Seripacapus, I'm gonna just vacate a nice small one. My K. Brunipes. Love this spider. It's really good. But it could do with going to a big one. It's actually not been a slow grower, really. Have a good look. Pink leg, dwarf pink leg. He tongue feeds and everything. He's really interactive, this spider. Never tried to rehouse him since I got him though, so might just vanish on me. Come on, here we go. There we are. Oh, what a little beauty. Get some pictures. We're getting close anyway. Let's have a look at it. Look at that. It's always been a really good spider. I'd recommend one of these. I know it's a dwarf, but it's grown fast. It's just like a friendly little spider. It comes over, tongue feed it. Can't really think of a downside to it yet, that I know of. It looks amazing, looks pretty with those little pink legs. Let's get some better light on it. Right. Okay, let's get a photo. Okay, so that's a more appropriate size. Another one of these Portsmouth Tarantula ones. I've got quite a lot of spiders that need sort of moving up one anyway, so I was thinking about it the other day. So it doesn't. There's no hardship here. Oh, so let's have a look at that. I was going to say I thought that was actually a leg there, but it's not looking very lively at all. It's looking very deady. Well, I'd say that's a goner. I know you're not supposed to give up on them just too quickly. The paper towel is damp, but oh dear. Is he the right way up? So he's the right way up. What I'm trying to do is make the soil quite moist. That's it. So I can't give up on him because they can come around sometimes. But so far, I'd about 99% sure that's dead. I've got until I've done all of them, I can't contact the spider shop anyway. But so far, part of the order was wrong, and it looks like we've got one dead on arrival. Anyway, let's just see what happens. Okay, so going on the theme, there's one left to rehouse. No, there's two left to rehouse. But the next one is this one that just says Chilobrachus ? So going on how things have been recently, it's more likely to want to go into the really small one than any big one. So my pulchra can go into a bigger one. A water bowl. We've got a water bowl there. I've got a water bowl. My Grammostola pulchra could go into this nicely set up, a bit more height in it actually. Get this water bowl out of it. Don't know if it goes in there because it's a bit moist. Right. So I like this setup. I liked it for a Chilobrachus, but I don't think, going on what's happened recently, it's going to be the sort of size to go in there. But here's, he's ready to move up. So hello. Look at him, he's got his ball in the air. As they do. I'm sure other tarantulas do that, but pulchras do it a lot. How you doing, mate? Are you going to try and go over? Come on. Not going to be happy with me, is he? Oh, no, that way. That's it. Okay, so he's in. Don't need a picture of him, I take pictures of him all the time. Okay, so penultimate spider, Chilobrachus it says. Chilobrachus sp. Not particularly useful on the old description there, but well, I don't really mind. You know, if it is just Chilobrachus discolus, which seems to be the most common one, then I don't really mind because the one I've got has been a really superb spider. I can see it's small, not that much. Will it be alive after the last one? That would be. Yes, there's movement down there. That's what I'm showing on the camera here. They move like lightning, these two. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I don't think that is a gimp, unless there's something I'm not seeing, but it looks like it's got all its legs. Just a very small. In fact, is it a bit on the too small side for that? Yeah, doesn't need to go in this one. I've got smaller. I've not squashed it or anything, I've just closed it around the top. So this gives me an excuse to rehouse something else. So I'm rehousing my Darlingi. you could go into that setup I've got ready. The choices are either just moving straight up to this size, but he has been growing fast, or putting him into the burrowing setup. I think I'm going to risk putting him into just the next size up just for now. See who gets that setup next. So he's in decent size considering how big he was when I got him. And he's an old world fast shoot off like crazy. I think I'm expecting a lot if I think he's just going to walk over like one of those old worlds. But, it's already proved to be very jumpy and fast. I'm not even going to face the right way, can I? It's going over the top. What'll happen? Going over the paintbrushes. I'll stay in there, please. Right, okay. It's probably the best I can hope for. I've got him in, and I don't want to not even touching his feet and make him shoot off like a crazy thing. Yeah, that's great. Okay. Not too bad for one of those. Okay, we're back for the Chilobrachus species. The Chilobrachus Mr. Useful label. So we don't know what Chilobrachus it is, which is, I know, all will become clear in about 6 months, I'm guessing, but these are fast. Come on, can I get it to go anywhere near there? Yes, I can, okay, that's good. Right. I think this one's got all its legs from what I can see. Going for a photo. Okay, so this is the probably dead Lividon. I just sort of changed my mind. I wanted to sit on some moist moss. I think that might be better. So I can, you know, just in case it's not quite dead. It's been known before, isn't it? Put the moss down there, wet the moss, and then put its mouth parts on that moss. That's possible. It wasn't dried out in its transport thing, I have to say. And for all I know, this species might be well known for playing dead. Most spiders this size die, don't they? That's just the way it is. You kind of expect them to be alive when they get you. I might have just caught a tiny bit of leg movement then. Might. Don't swear to it. Right, so if it's got any energy, it's going to hopefully drink that, and we'll get some life out of it. We'll just have to see. Yeah, I'm not seeing any movement at all, basically. So we'll wait to see what the spider shop's customer service is like, and then make judgments based on that. Basically, obviously you could buy a spider this size from any shop, and you know at this size they die sometimes. I think so. You know, can't be too critical at this point. Let's put it that way. Let's just see what the customer service is like. Cheers, bye. Okay, so last but by no means least, T. albopilosus, subadult. Now, I love my curly hairs, and so I've got two. They are the best beginner spider. That's it, basically. There's no other way to describe them. Calm. Oh, look at that, look how fluffy. Yeah, generally they're calm. I mean, all spiders are different anyway, but you've got a higher chance of having a sort of calm, relaxed one of these than you have any other spider, as far as I'm aware. Tom Moran, king of care guides and spider husbandry, he did a poll of keepers. What keepers thought was the best spider? There she is. Beautiful. See how calm she is compared to anything else we've had today. Oh, look at that, kicking at me. Let go with that foot, please. So you don't get this sort of calmness with anything. Oh, there's a lot of kicking going on here. I'm not happy about me rolling her over. I'm not making it super damp in there. But... Anyway, so it's a T albo. It's a sub-adult. And it's quite fluffy. Very fluffy. I don't know. It's not as the carapace on my other two is much more bronzy than this one. I'd say it's similar amount of fluff. It might just be this one's nowhere near a molt. My other two are relatively freshly malted. What's going to do now? Okay, let's get a little bit closer. So it's not up to me, Liliana. It's your choice. I suspect if you want the absolute best beginner spider, then it's this one. And it's also a good way of having a sort of, a bigger spider straight away. A bigger spider that's calm, not that you'd want to handle it necessarily, but if you did want to handle a spider, then this would be the one to get. But yeah, it's not stretched out yet, but they're so fluffy. It's like a little teddy bear, you want to give it a cuddle. So anyway, this is a T albo. So this is the top beginner spider, and there's a good reason for that. And then the other one that I would have thought might be top of your list might be the B. hamori, which is the Mexican red knee, which is the classic tarantula from Indiana Jones and all the old films, which is a reason people want them. But they're nothing like as calm as these. I think they can be when they get to adults, but yeah, it's a good sort of 6 years or something before they become adults. And they're not calm until they get bigger, basically. Mine's calmed down a bit, and it's about 2.5 inches now. But yeah, nothing like as calm as these. But I mean, the choice is yours. You could go for anything you want. That box, that was the plan. So I'll leave that to you. Yeah. Don't really want to go poking this one. It'd be nice if it just showed us what it looked out. Give us a better view so I can take a photo. I think it wants to chill out, doesn't it? Okay, right. Anyway, so we're there, all unboxed. It would go in a bigger thing than this, to be honest. But it's, I'll give you the setup, whatever setup it goes into, I'll give it to you anyway. Okay, the choice is yours. Okay, so we're back. This is the next day, just before I release the video or upload the video. And earlier on this afternoon, so it was last night I was doing all those other videos, and then this afternoon I spotted that somebody decided to molt. And it's, let's be honest, when a curly hair molts, it's an occasion. Take the old molt out. This is one of the reasons I wanted to see everything really before making a choice, because curly hairs freshly molted are something else. Although this curly hair looks different to my other two, I have to say, because I was expecting it to get in a bit closer. So admittedly it has literally just molted, it was cleaning itself earlier on, but its carapace is much darker. It's still pretty fluffy. I don't know how it's going to... We're not too happy about me doing this. I didn't want to poke it yesterday because it was not happy with me. It was kicking, which is a rare thing for a curly hair, I found. Look how fluffy it is. Yeah, so this is very different to the other two. So whether this is more of what they call a hobby form, I don't know. I need to just open up just for one. Oh, there we are. Okay, so you see how black its carapace is? So I don't know if this is going to change colour over the next few days and become more like the others. Whether this is what you would call a hobby form. Because I know for a fact my other two are Nicaraguan. Anyway, they're so cuddly and cute. This one needs a nice big tank. So, anyway, I just thought I'd update there on that one. One last little bit of annoying it just before that's the end. I think the training wheel is that one just there. So it's got a leg, it's not really moving. This leg here. Sorry, focusing on. See that leg that's sort of hanging back there? And there. That's it. There we are, look, that's its training wheel. That's cool. Okay, so I have to put this in the back of the video here because I've had some very good customer service from the spider shop today. So last night, about probably half 11 at night, I sent an email saying that I've got like 3 of the wrong size bra plus tubs, and my Cyrapagopus, still not sure how to say it, was dead on arrival. I checked him this morning and he's not moved. So he's not moved since I got him. It's now the night and he's still not moved. Anyway, but they were very, he's called me at 1 o'clock today. So that was last night when I made the videos. This morning I checked, he was still dead. They called me at 1 o'clock today and said, look, can we send it tomorrow? We want to get this resolved as soon as possible. We'd just like to do that. I was like, yeah, caught me by surprise really. I don't know. I was like, look, I've videoed it, I've got photographs, so I can do whatever. No, just we want to get this resolved as quick as we can. So what else can I say really? That's what you want. That's it. So I've got my confidence in ordering from the spider shop. So there we are. Thanks for watching. Sorry it's been a bit of an epic, but yeah, really, who cares? If you've enjoyed it and you got this far, then that's great. And if you didn't make it this far, then you're not watching this. Anyway, okay, right, bye bye. I think I've done something to myself there.